Let's dive into the most jaw-dropping, top-trending WWE news picks that are guaranteed to blow your mind, including Triple H and The Rock come to blows on WWE SmackDown, Randy Orton in a lot of pain after WWE SmackDown, Seth Rollins loses his world title before WrestleMania 40 in a cruel twist, The Rock dictates WWE, The Rock's role in the current WWE storyline, Cody Rhodes ousted due to backstage politics, Triple H calls a close friend to help battle The Rock, and more. Let's dive right into it. First up, Randy Orton in a lot of pain after SmackDown. Fans are concerned about WWE legend Randy Orton's health following last night's edition of SmackDown. WWE Elimination Chamber. Perth is just around the corner, and fans are excited to see what happens at the premium live event. A men's Elimination Chamber match will be held at the event, with the winner challenging Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight title at WrestleMania XL. On SmackDown, Randy Orton defeated Sami Zayn in a men's Elimination Chamber qualifier match and booked his spot inside the unforgiving structure. Many fans noticed that Orton was in pain at many points during the match. While some fans were quite sure that Orton was selling, many others didn't think so. On the topic of Randy Orton, the Viper believes he can wrestle for another decade. In 2022, the Viper completed 2 decades as a main roster superstar. He spoke with the Street Louis Post-Dispatch and stated that he could wrestle for 10 more years. Here are his full comments. "I think I could wrestle another 10 years, and I think it's because I believe in the art of pro wrestling. I believe in the theater of it and the selling of it. I don't think it's only or primarily a physical display. I need the guy sitting the farthest away from me in the rafters to be able to look, and through my body language, I want him to feel what I'm feeling. There's an art to that," Orton said. Orton made his WWE main roster debut in the spring of 2002. It didn't take him long to become one of the biggest heels in the company. His legend killer gimmick helped him stand out among others on the main roster, and he won his first world title by defeating Chris Benoit at SummerSlam 2004. Orton went on to wrestle some of WWE's biggest names, including John Cena, Triple H, Batista, The Undertaker, and Shawn Michaels. He is a 10-time WWE champion and a 4-time World Heavyweight champion. Orton will go down in history as quite possibly the greatest on-screen villain ever. Now that Randy Orton has defeated Zayn, his next goal is to survive the Elimination Chamber and head over to WrestleMania XL to compete for the World Heavyweight title. 10 years ago, Orton lost the WWE World Heavyweight title to Daniel Bryan in the main event of WrestleMania XXX. It remains to be seen if he manages to bag another main event spot this time around. Did you feel Randy Orton was in actual pain during last night's match? Seth Rollins loses his world title before WrestleMania 40 in a cruel twist. In the last year, Seth Rollins has been the embodiment of a reigning and defending champion. With over 255 days as World Heavyweight Champion, Rollins has successfully defended his title a total of 65 times. However, his reign as the one and only World Heavyweight Champion may come to an end soon, as WWE could potentially sign off on a cruel twist before WrestleMania 40. The aforementioned cruel twist would see Seth Rollins lose his title to Damian Priest at Elimination Chamber. The Judgment Day will be busy with their undisputed tag team title match against Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, but chances are they lose the titles in Australia. With that in mind, in order to end the night with some gold in their hands, Priest, who has seen more money in the bank, could cash in his contract. Assuming Rollins has a match that night, with many believing he will team up with Cody Rhodes to face The Rock and Roman Reigns, Priest could take advantage of what will surely be a chaotic event. Pouncing on an unsuspecting Messiah, he could walk out of Perth, Australia, as the new World Heavyweight Champion. This would then see him walk into WrestleMania 40 as champion, where he would defend the title against the Elimination Chamber match winner and Seth Rollins, who will undoubtedly exercise his right to a rematch. It certainly would make for an entertaining spectacle at the show shows, but at this point in time, there is no telling what WWE has planned. There isn't even any indication that Rollins will be at Elimination Chamber. The WWE Universe will just have to wait and see what unfolds. Next up, a new tag team officially formed after WWE SmackDown and called out the Judgment Day. The latest episode of WWE SmackDown was packed with a lot of stuff, mainly relating to Elimination Chamber 2024. The Stanford-based company finally confirmed its plans for Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 40, with the men's Elimination Chamber match deciding his challenger at the show's shows. However, one development not many people would have seen was the formation of a brand new tag team. Following SmackDown, WWE's official X/Twitter handle posted an exclusive clip that confirmed The Adonis and Cedric Alexander would be a team going forward. The pairing has a comedic element, with the two disagreeing on their approach to rising up the ranks on the blue brand. Adonis called out multiple teams, telling the Judgment Day that they were in the way. Meanwhile, Alexander just wanted to put the entire division on notice through their performances in the ring. It will be interesting to see where Adonis and Cedric Alexander fit in WWE's tag team division, especially with how stacked it has been lately. The Stanford-based company may decide to split the Raw and SmackDown tag team championships again as a result, which would give the brand new duo a better chance of succeeding. Do you see this pairing going far in WWE? Next up, The Rock dictates WWE. According to pro wrestling veteran Dutch Mantel, The Rock may have a role in choosing his opponents in WWE, but on one condition. At the WrestleMania kickoff press event, things took a wild turn after Dwayne Johnson slapped Cody Rhodes for insulting Roman Reigns. The real-life cousins also had an explosive encounter with Triple H backstage and asserted that if CQO doesn't handle business, they will. This led to massive speculations among fans about whether the Great One was trying to muscle out the game's creative role in WWE. However, on the latest episode of SmackDown, Triple H made it abundantly clear that he doesn't care about anyone and that he's the one who makes the final decision on anything related to the product. On an episode of Storytime with Dutch Mantel, the former WWE manager addressed the buzz about Dwayne Johnson wanting to usurp Triple H in creative capacity. Mantel does not think The Rock's ultimate goal is to take over Paul Levesque's position. However, according to the 74-year-old veteran, the former WWE World Champion may want to look after his stuff, but only if he continues to wrestle post-WrestleMania 40. No, I think The Rock, if he's going to do anything, I think he's going to call his own stuff. That's what he's going to do. I don't think he wants to get bogged down in a first match, second match, tag team, this, that, and the other. Rock wants to handle his own stuff, build his own opponents, that is, if he is going to continue after WrestleMania, Mantel said. Let's also look at The Rock's role in the current WWE storyline. The former WWE manager recently commented on Dwayne Johnson's possible role at the upcoming WrestleMania 40. As of now, Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns is locked for Showcase of the Immortals as declared by the game. Because of the same, it has put brakes on the Great One's wish to main event Mania. Speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's Smack Talk, Dutch Mantel expressed that The Rock could be the special guest referee at WrestleMania XL. He could make himself the special referee because if Triple H called him out one time, why wouldn't he call him out on this? If you start to demand for things to be explained, well, WWE hadn't done that since I can't remember. Sometimes things happen and wrestling fans let it go. This time they decided, no, we are not going to let this go, said Mantel. Paul Heyman, on the latest episode of SmackDown, mentioned that he will appear on next week's show with the Tribal Chief and the Brahma Bull. Fans will have to wait and see what real-life Bloodline members have to say on the road to WrestleMania. Do you think The Rock will continue after WWE WrestleMania 40? Sound off in the comments section below. Cody Rhodes ousted due to backstage politics. Next up, Cody Rhodes is scheduled to collide with Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship at WrestleMania 40. However, the American Nightmare could lose his spot to a 5-time tag team champion in the coming days. The superstar in question is The Rock. As fans saw, Cody Rhodes made an appearance at the recently concluded WrestleMania kickoff media event to declare that he will be challenging Roman Reigns for his title at the Showcase of Immortals. Following that, the American Nightmare got involved in a war of words with the Tribal Chief and The Rock, which ended in the Great One slapping Rhodes. One should not forget that The Rock was recently appointed to the board of directors of the TKO Group. Hence, the recent animosity between the Great One and Cody Rhodes could lead to the latter getting replaced in his WrestleMania match against the Tribal Chief. The Rock could pull some strings backstage and replace Rhodes against Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania 40. Given the 5-time tag team champion is a heel now, this potential move would result in Rock generating massive heat, which may prove beneficiary from a commercial point of view. But the likelihood of this happening is very slim, because, by the looks of things, the People's Champion and the Tribal Chief have joined forces to take down Cody in the ring. Cody Rhodes reflects on his loss against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39. Cody Rhodes failed to usurp Roman Reigns last year in the main event of WrestleMania 39 due to an interference from Solo Sikoa. In an interview with My Mom's Basement, Rhodes reflected on his loss at the hands of the Tribal Chief. The American Nightmare revealed that despite the heartbreak, he learned a lot from that loss. I was just sitting there in the ring with my hands draped across my knees, and you can see me telling myself, I verbally told myself to get up. And the only thing I learned from being in a WrestleMania main event, I know everybody was like, oh my gosh, WrestleMania main event, hardest match to get into, oh, your dad never did that. All that stuff. The only thing I learned was, well, I gotta get back. I gotta get back and I gotta win, he said. With Rhodes getting another shot at Reigns at WrestleMania 40, it will be interesting to see if the American Nightmare is able to turn things around this time. Do you want Cody Rhodes to defeat Roman Reigns? Triple H calls a close friend to help battle The Rock. Triple H made it clear last night on SmackDown that he is the only person who calls the shots in WWE. The Rock's current position on the TKO board of directors means that he has a slight amount of power in the company, but the game has the final say. There is clearly a power struggle brewing between the two men, and while many fans believe that Triple H could step back into the ring against The Rock, this isn't the case. Triple H has a heart defibrillator, which means that he is unable to step back into the ring and risk his health. That means that if this match was to happen, then the game would need a proxy. That could be his close friend Sheamus, who hasn't wrestled a match for WWE since August 18. Sheamus has nothing to return to in WWE at the moment since the Brawling Brutes have split. Pete Dunne has changed his character and Ridge Holland has headed back to NXT. The Irish star appears to be ready to make his WWE return and could be the man chosen by the game since the two men are close friends outside of the ring and were regular workout buddies in his earlier career. There are a number of men that Triple H could call upon, including Braun Breaker, who he was seen talking to last night on SmackDown, but given his history with Sheamus, he knows that he is loyal and he can trust him to get the job done. And lastly, will Triple H and The Rock come to blows on WWE SmackDown? It was revealed last night on SmackDown that The Rock will make his return to TV as part of next week's show, which could be where this story begins to heat up. The Rock and the CCO came face-to-face following the press conference when the WWE legend launched a foul-mouthed rant at the WWE CCO. Will the same thing happen next week on SmackDown? Or will the game ensure that he has the backup waiting in the wings to make sure that the Bloodline is not able to take over SmackDown? Do you think Sheamus is the right person to battle The Rock? Share your thoughts in the comments section below.